The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college, and so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better, I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Hutzel Athletic Center here for some Saturday afternoon hoops. We're bringing to you on the women's side of things. It's the 7-5 Rochester Christian University taking on a number 7 ranked St. Francis Cougars. We thank you so much for joining us here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. As I mentioned, Saturday afternoon hoops here for you, live on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Let's go ahead and take a deeper look here at these two squads. First, for Rochester Christian, they come into this contest at 7-5 on the season. They are part of the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference Select, they call it. They are 6-1 in a conference play. They are tied for first place in the conference standings. They are under third-year head coach and Jared Ocampo. He has spent 5 years on the staff, spent 2 years as an assistant, and the last 3 years as a head coach. Is 39 and 31 in his 3 years with the school. They have picked up 2 big wins here this year with 2 top 25 wins, defeating Indiana Tech on December 6, 54-53. Also picked up a win against number 24 ranked Carroll, Montana, 62-60 on December 17th. They have some outstanding talent built around them, led by the senior forward out of Troy, Michigan, number 21, and Kendall Zyder. She led the way in that contest with 17 points and 15 rebounds. She is most recently named the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference Defensive Player of the Week. Has 5 double-doubles on the season, 12 points per game, and 9 rebounds per game there for the Warriors. Also in that contest, J.C. Summers scored 16 points, had 9 rebounds off the bench. Ashley Lumen with 11 points there. And that win against number 24 ranked Carroll, Montana. Most recently, they competed on December 18th, where they took a double overtime loss in the Daytona Beach Classic to Kansas Wesleyan, 86-85. They had 4 players in double figures, with Kendall Zyder leading the way with 22 points and 11 rebounds. J.C. Summers with 19 once again off the bench. Simone Andrews with 13, and Ashley Loon with 12 points. J.C. Summers is listed in the starting lineup here tonight, as she has had back-to-back double-figure games, so she works her way into the starting lineup here for the Warriors this afternoon. Meanwhile, for the St. Francis Cougars, they are 12-1 on the season, 3-1 in a Crossroads League, playing tied for third place there in that category. They most recently picked up wins down in Florida, where they defeated Weber International 64-44, with all 5 starters in double figures. Isabella Gizzi, Taylor Fordyce, and Callie Gregory with 12 points. Lorena Schwarteman and Julia Mansella with 11 points there in that matchup. In the second contest, and the Florida Classic that they were down at, they defeated number 23 ranked Southeastern 74-66. Rena Shorterman had 28 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists in that contest. She won a Crossroads League Offensive Player of the Week for her performance in Florida. Callie Gregory with 23 points and 7 rebounds as well there in that contest. This is the final non-conference game here for St. Francis. The final non-conference game for Rochester Christian, as they will take on the Horizon League Division I Detroit Mercy on Monday there at Detroit Mercy in an exhibition contest, and then they will move on to Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference play, where they will play at Cleary next Saturday. So we are about set and ready to roll. Still about 2.5 minutes away from action. So we will go ahead and take a short break, and we will come back with the starting lineups along with the national anthem. You are watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
PSM has been a huge part of my success on and off the court. We have PSM athletic trainers that are with us, so whenever we need to get seen or if there's ever any medical issues that need to get checked out. And then personally for me, I've been going to PSM sports therapy the better part of this year. It has been a game changer for me. I really have gotten to know Sean a lot, and actually all of the PT staff, they're really awesome, and I love the opportunity to be able to work with each and every one of them. We can't be successful without the team behind the team, so I'm very appreciative of all of the resources that we can get from PSM.
Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center, still about 25 seconds away from our contest beginning, where we'll get the national anthem and starting lineups here from the Hutzel Athletic Center on this Saturday afternoon. Should be a tremendous contest between these two, 7-5 Rochester Christian, 12-1 St. Francis. As we get set and ready to roll, we'll go ahead and turn it on over to our PA announcer Jared Parcell for tonight's national anthem, pregame prayer, and starting lineups here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Pregame prayer and the national anthem in the books. So let's go ahead and give you today's starting lineups here. First for the Rochester Christian Warriors coming into this contest at 7 and 5. It's going to be the freshman guard out of Walnut, the Lake Michigan at number 1, Amal Eunice. The sophomore guard out of Port Huron, Michigan, number 5, Simone Andrews. The junior guard out of Bel Air, Michigan, at number 11 in J.C. Summers. Senior guard from Oak Park, Michigan, at number 15, Ashley Loon. And a senior forward from Troy, Michigan, number 21 in Kendall Zider. They are under head coach and Jared Ocampo. Meanwhile, for the St. Francis Cougars, it will be the junior guard out of New Palestine, Indiana, number 3, Bella Gissy. Sophomore guard out of Convoy, Ohio, number 5, and Callie Gregory. Junior guard out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 14, Taylor Fordyce. Senior guard from Middlebury, Indiana, number 15, and Julia Mansella. And a junior forward from Portland, Indiana, transfer out of Purdue, Fort Wayne, number 21, and Renna Schwarterman. So we are getting set and ready to roll here from the hut. It will be Rochester Christian in the red unis with the white and a black trim. But meanwhile, for St. Francis, they will rock the white unis with the blue and a black trim. Getting set, 10 minutes on the board at number 7, St. Francis taking on Rochester Christian. Excited to bring you today's contest here from the Huntsville Athletic Center. Christmas break still for the Cougars, but we are going to have our final non-conference matchup here for both these squads as we get set to move into conference play. In the middle for the St. Francis Cougars, it'll be number 15 in Julia Mansella. Meanwhile, for Rochester Christian, it is going to be, I do believe that's number 21, and Kendall Zider. And that is the case, and St. Francis is going to run the tip. They'll have the basketball here to begin our contest this afternoon. It's going to be Fordyce who will have it here on the near side wing. A good find down low from Gregory as she found Schwarterman. It was blocked out of bounds. We'll get an inbound and we'll stay here on this end of the floor here with the Cougars. Callie Gregory will now inbound the basketball here for St. Francis. Gets it in quickly down low there to Mantilla. It's tied up. A jump ball is going to be the call. And possession. Arrow will send it to Rochester Christian for their first possession of the game here. Just 15 seconds into our contest. Kendall Zider will bring the basketball up the floor here for the Warriors. They try to find her there on the back cut down low. Callie Gregory read it perfectly, was able to knock it away, and she'll now push here for St. Francis. Gizzy now back up top here to Gregory. She finds Schwarterman there at the free throw line. The dish back out. Gizzy's going to fire from deep. Couldn't get it to fall, and the board comes down. Now here for Rochester Christian as they look to push. Ashley Loon kicks far side. Wide open three on the far side wing is no good there for Eunice. And now it's going to be Gizzy looking to push here for St. Francis. Will slow it down. Now Gregory inside here to Schwarterman. Schwarterman one-on-one. No double team was brought. Looked like a hedge a little bit there on that double team. Couldn't get it to fall. And Zider brings it down. She'll now look to push here for the Warriors. Skips back up top. They'll move it here to the near side as Andrews trying to find Zider down low. Schwarterman knocked it away partially, and then Zider was able to get it back. Couldn't get it to fall. It looks like we got a lid on the rim here so far in this contest. Just about a minute and a half into action. Still scoreless here from the Huntsville Athletic Center. Both squads getting some very nice looks down low. Just can't get them to fall. It'll be an inbound after the out of bounds here from Taylor Fordyce for St. Francis. She'll get it in here to Callie Gregory. Look far side. Now we'll move it all the way back here in the near end as Gregory finds Mansella with it at the free throw line. They'll skip it all the way back far side. And now it's going to be Schwarterman with it. One-on-one with Zider. Schwarterman going to look. She'll kick back out. Gizzy looks to drive. Extra pass in the corner. Gregory with it. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Had it knocked away. And now Eunice going to look to push here for Rochester Christian on the turnover. Finds a wide open J.C. Summers down low for the score. And our first bucket of the contest, 2 minutes into it. And Rochester Christian now out to a 2-0 lead here over St. Francis. Gregory will have it now here at the top of the key for the Cougs. Schwerdeman, good find there underneath, found Mantala. Mantala was double team, was brought, couldn't get it to fall. Schwerdeman came down with the offensive board, couldn't get that to fall, and now we'll head back the other direction. Nice cold start so far here for the Cougs. Andrews will now look here near side, a 3-ball on the way. It is no good there from Summers, and now it's going to be Gregory who will look to push here for St. Francis across the half-court line with it on the far side away. Gizzy finds Schwerdeman. She'll skip back here near side. Fordyce now back up top. Great ball movement here so far by the Cougars, trying to find Mansella down low. Instead, it's kicked back out top. There to Gregory. She'll drive, kicks back out. Shot clock now under 7. St. Francis using every second of the shot clock here so far in their possessions, but Gregory couldn't get that deep three to fall, and now Zider going to look to push here for the Warriors. Back up top, Summers will skip. They'll move it all the way around to the far side. Now they'll look down low from Zider. Double team was brought there by Schwerdeman and Fordyce, and it goes out of bounds. Possession will stay on this end of the floor here with the Warriors. Samia Stout will check into the contest here for St. Francis. She'll come in for number 15 and Julia Mansella. Zider will have it. Knocked away partially there by Schwerdeman, and she's going to get called for a foul. A little too much contact. And she'll pick up the first foul of the game. That'll be her first, team's first, with 6:45 left to go here in our first. The Warriors looking to go inside. Zider with it in the corner. Had a wide open skip pass across court. Instead, we'll dish it off. Jumper on the way just inside the arc. There's no good, and Schwerdeman comes down with it for St. Francis. Now Gregory will have it here up top. Hands off to Gizzy now into the hands of Taylor Fordyce. We'll skip here near side. Gizzy back to Fordyce with it far side wing. She'll move it to the top of the key. Schwerdeman, good find underneath there to Stout. Kicks back out. 7 seconds on the shot clock. That goes through the hands of Schwerdeman, able to come to Gregory. Got to make a move. Gregory going to look to get to the basket here as a double team brought. She gets it to fall. No foul called. And she gets the score. It's tied up at 2-all with 5:50 left to go here in our first quarter of action. Zider here with it now for Rochester Christian. The handoff here now to J.C. Summers. Eunice now with it up top. Skip here on the near side. In the hands of Andrews. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Andrews with it. Guarded by Gizzy. Andrews able to get up a shot. Couldn't get it to fall. Fordyce comes down with it here for the Cougs. And she's going to look to push. Find Schwerdeman up ahead. Far side. 3-ball on the way from Gregory. Just long on it. And possession comes down here now for Rochester Christian. As Zider going to look to push. St. Francis so far 1 of 7 from the field here in our contest, as out of bounds is going to be the call on Rochester Christian. They are shooting 1 of 6 as well. Both squads scoreless from deep here so far. 2 attempts for Rochester Christian and 3 for St. Francis. Gregory will now have it. Now we'll look here to Gizzy on the near side. A good find to Schwerdeman down low. A lot of contact there, and a foul is going to be called. And so Renna Schwerdeman will earn her way to the charity stripe to shoot a pair. But before that, we'll get our timeout on the Florida Media timeout. We'll go ahead and step away here shortly. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college, and so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better, I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center, it'll be Renna Schwerdeman who will head to the line to shoot a pair off that last foul that was called on Kendall Snyder. That was her first, the team's first. So Renna Schwerdeman, just a 40% free throw shooter here on the season, has had 2 tremendous contests and back-to-back games for the Cougars as they took a trip down to Florida. She had 11 points in their win against Weber International, had 28 points and 9 rebounds in their win against Southeastern. Misses there on the first. Her second one, rims in and out, no good, missed them both. And now it's going to be Rochester Christian going to look to push the other way with it. Just 4 points total here for both these squads combined, as St. Francis is averaging 79 points per game on the season. Meanwhile, for Rochester Christian, they are averaging 67, so 2 semi-high scoring squads, both with just 2 points apiece here so far. 5:20 into our action. The first free throw there is hit by J.C. Summers, as that last foul was called on Simia Stout. That was her first, the team's second. Second one for Summers is up and good. 81% from the line, drains them both. And now it's a 4-2 lead here for the Warriors. Gizzy will now have it here for St. Francis. Fordyce now with it. Good bounce pass down low there. Schwerdeman had it knocked away. And now possession back the other direction here as Rochester Christian going to look to push. They find Zeider with it. Zeider spins, hangs, and gets it to fall there over Schwerdeman for the score. Stout will skip. She'll get it back now at the top of the key. Now here near side into the hands of Taylor Fordyce. Fordyce one-on-one, finds Schwerdeman. Dribbles into her defender. A blocking foul is going to be the call there on number 11 and J.C. Summers. That's going to be, or checking, that'll be on Kendall Zeider, the leading scorer for Rochester Christian. That'll be her second, the team's second, so she's going to have to step out here for Rochester Christian, as we will get free throws here from Renna Schwerdeman. Before that, we'll get a substitution as Simia Stout will check out of the game, number 24. And Emma Royce, the sophomore guard, will come in. Schwerdeman's first free throw is up and good. 3:57 left to go here in our first. Second one is up and no good. Battle for the board. Gregory trying to keep it in bounds, could not. And possession will go back the other way to Rochester Christian, as Renna Schwerdeman going to check out of the game. She'll be replaced here by Julia Mantala. Eunice trying to go on the far side there, in and out of the hands of Loon, and possession will go back to St. Francis. Eunice will check out. Number 10, Sahad Bakart will come into the contest here for Rochester Christian. Gizzy now will look down low here to Mantala. 3-point lead for the Warriors. Gizzy looks inside. Now it's going to be Gregory. One-on-one, double team was brought. And she is going to get called for travel. Possession will go back the other way with the Warriors. 3:26 left to go here in our first. On the near side, this is Bakar here with it. Now back here on the near side, they'll look to drive. And couldn't get it to fall. Gizzy now going to look to push. Gregory with it here at the free throw line. Skips in the corner. Mantilla going to launch a three. She hits it from deep. Tie it up at 6-all. Now possession. Back to the Hawks. Back to the Warriors. Mantilla gets a touch there on it. Now it's going to be Gizzy who will look to push. She'll slow it down. Skips. Now Mantilla back here near side. Extra pass. Corner three from Royce is long. Gregory there for the offensive board. She'll go up and put it home for the score. And now possession will go back the other way here with the Warriors. 2 minutes left to go here in our first. They'll swing it all the way around to the far side. Now back up top here into the hands of Picard. We're going to look to drive here on Royce. Kick in the corner, and we're going to get a 3-second call down low. Possession will go back to St. Francis. Runner Shorterman will come back on the floor here for the Cougs. She'll come in for Taylor Fordyce. Number 20 and Emily Lackey will come into the contest here for Rochester Christian. With 1:50 left to go here in our first, the 2-point lead for the Cougs. Mantilla will skip. They'll go back far side. Royce now at the free throw line here to Gregory. Skips back out. Mantilla will launch a three here on the near side wing. It's no good. Andrews comes down with the board here for Rochester Christian. With it at the top of the key. Guarded by Gizzy. Now it's going to be skipped up top. A little bit on the far side. We'll look to drive one-on-one and a good take there. The bucket is good for the Warriors. As Lockey gets the score for Rochester Christian. Now with 1 minute left to go here in our first. Gizzy with it here now. The look down low, Shorterman. One-on-one. We'll skip back out here near side. Royce going to launch a three. It's no good. And couldn't get the offensive board there. Could Mansella, and now Rochester Christian going to look to push as Bakar comes up with it. Summers now back to Bakar with it on the far side wing. Drive. Kick here on the near side. Jumper on the way. It is no good. And now possession comes down here for St. Francis. And the Cougs going to look to hold for the final shot here, of the quarter with 20 seconds left to go in it. It'll be Callie Gregory with it here for St. Francis. She'll dribble around. Clock now down to 10. Gregory with it. We'll get a high screen there from Mantilla. Clock now down to 4. We'll get it up top to Mantilla. She'll launch a three before the buzzer. And Julia Mantilla drains the three ball to end our first quarter of action. St. Francis with a 3-point lead over Rochester Christian, 11-8 at the end of one. We'll go ahead and step away. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center, 11-8 our score at the end of one. Taking a look at our first quarter stats, Rochester Christian was 3 of 10 from the field for 30%. They were 0 of 2 from deep. Meanwhile, for St. Francis, they were 4 of 13, shooting 30.8%, and a 2 of 8 from beyond the arc at a 25%. 4 turnovers there in the first quarter for St. Francis. Meanwhile, 5 for Rochester Christian. The Cougs win the rebounding battle 9-8. They're at the end of one. We flip on over to our second quarter of action. St. Francis will have the basketball, as Gregory will get a screen from Schwarterman. She'll have it now one-on-one down low, and she goes up off glass and gets the bucket there for St. Francis. Nice ball movement here by Rochester Christian as a double team was brought here on the near side. And we're going to get a foul called off the double team there from St. Francis, as Schwarterman will pick up her second. And it'll be Rochester Christian with the basketball. As Schwarterman will check out, Samia Stout will come into the contest here for Williams. Will hand off. Now Stout, they're going to poke it away. It'll go out of bounds, and possession will stay on this end of the floor here with the Warriors, with 9:18 left to go here in quarter number 2. Summers will leave off. Check it. Summers will get it down low. They'll skip up top. Jumper on the way just inside the arc is up and good there for Emily Lackey. Cutting it down to a 3-point game. It's Gregory here with it. Skip far side now into the hands here of Gizzy. Back up top. Fordyce will move it back far side. Gizzy will launch a 3. It's no good. Offensive board was battled for there. Mansella came down with it and had it ripped away there now by Lockheed, who will look to push. Bakar now will skip. They'll move it here to the near side. 3 ball on the way. It's a high arcing one, no good. And Gizzy comes down with it here for St. Francis. Will now look to push, as Gregory will have it on the far side. Back up top, it's Gizzy. We'll move it to the far side, now into the hands here of Gregory. Up top, 3 ball on the way. No good there for Gizzy, and possession comes down now here for Rochester Christian as they'll look to push. 3 ball from the top of the key. No good there for Summers. Gizzy comes down with it. She's now going to look to push here for the Cougs. Had it knocked away, but a foul is going to be called. Foul is going to be called on Bakar. That's going to be her first. She'll check out. Number 1, and Amal Eunice will come into the contest. Isabella Gizzy will check out. Number 22, and Allison Choi will come into the contest here for St. Francis. Gregory will go baseline with it. Nicely done there. She goes up and gets the score. Williams will leave off. Looking to drive down low. They're going to skip it. It's up top with Eunice. Now back on the far side. Turnaround jumper, no good. And possession comes down for Mansella. And now Gregory will look to push here for the Cougs. Skips here to the near side. Fordyce. Back up top. They'll move it all the way around. Far side wing. 3 ball from Callie. Gregory is up and good there for the Cougs. Extending their lead out to 8, their largest of the game. Look down low there to Summers. Double team was brought. Choi and Mansella. able to take it away. Now it's going to be Stout who will go to the rim. She couldn't get it to fall. Possession comes down here now for Rochester Christian. Now they'll skip it here on the near side, as the fans not too pleased about the no call there by the officials. Stout drove in there for that land. A lot of contact there down low. The no call was made, and now it's Rochester Christian with the basketball. Double team is brought. Gregory pokes it away. She'll now go the other direction with it, and she'll get the steal and score for St. Francis. We'll get a timeout call here by Rochester Christian as the Cougs out to their largest lead of the game at 10. We'll go ahead and step away. You are watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college, and so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better, I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center out of the timeout called by Rochester Christian. They will have the basketball here, 6:11 left to go here in our second quarter of action. Emma Royce back into the contest here for St. Francis. Bella Gizzi in as well. Near side, three ball on the way. And it is up and good there for Eunice. Gizzi now here with it. Up top, I'll leave it off here to Callie Gregory. Gregory back out. Gizzi with it on the far side wing. Shot clock down to 5. We'll skip back out. Gregory with it. Shot clock down to 3. Step back three ball on the way. It is no good there for Gizzi. Out of bounds, and possession will stay on this end of the floor here with St. Francis. Nicely done there by Allison Choi. Able to knock it off a Rochester defender. And so we'll stay on this end of the floor. Fordyce now with it down low. She goes up off glass and gets the bucket. We'll skip it back far side. Three ball on the way. It is no good. Battle for possession. And Rochester Christian comes away with it, and the bucket is good there by J.C. Summers. Skip here on the near side. Fordyce now with it. We'll skip in the corner. Gizzi going to launch a three, and she gets it to fall, making it a 10-point lead now here for the Cougs. 4:20 left to go here in our second. The skip all the way around. Eunice now with it here on the near side. This is Loon. Loon with it up top. She's going to drive there around Ashley Cox, and a foul is going to be called. And that is going to be her second, team's third, with 4:01 left to go here in our second quarter. Royce and Cox will check out. Gregory and Stout will come on. As the first free throw is up. And no good there for Ashley Loon. A 75% free throw shooter on the season. There's the senior guard out of Oak Park, Michigan. She does hit there on the second. Julia Mansella will check back into the game here for St. Francis as she'll come in for Allison Choi. Fordyce with it here on the near side. Skips round back here to the near end, now into the hands of Gregory. Fordyce back to Gregory here on the near side. Mansella now will move it. He'll go far side here into the hands of Gissy. And we're going to get a foul called on J.C. Summers. That'll be her first, team second. And so we'll get an inbound here for Gregory and the Cougs with 3:39 left to go. Gissy will skip up top. They'll move it far side. Now back up top here, the drive from Fordyce. In the corner, Mansella back to Stout. Fordyce now with it. Shot clock down to 3. And she is fouled. She'll go to the line here for a pair. As the foul is going to be called on number 24. And Mella Oss, that's her first. As Fordyce at the line for 2, hits there on the first free throw. Fordyce averaging 12 points per game on the season, a 74% free throw shooter on the year. Hits them both. With 3:20 left to go here in our second. Zeider. Oh, it's fouled. That is going to be called on Fordyce. That'll be her first. Team's fourth. With 3:08 left to go here in our second. Zeider now with it at the free throw line, looking for somewhere to go. Able to get it off up top. Now here into the hands of Summers. Back to Zeider here with it. She'll drive. Gets it off to Summers, and a foul is going to be called. It is going to be on Mansella. That is going to be her first, team's fifth. And Renna Schwerterman will check into the contest here for Mansella. As Mella Alls back into the contest here for Rochester Christian is J.C. Summers at the line for a pair. Her first is up and no good. 81% free throw shooter on the season. Came off the bench the last 2 games, has earned her spot into the starting lineup with 2 tremendous performances at the Daytona Beach Classic for this Rochester Christian squad. Gregory here with it, looks to drive. Skips back out. And a 3 ball on the outside there on the far end from Gissy is up and good. And Gissy now a 6 here for the Cougs. With 2:25 left to go here in our second. Near side, 3 ball on the way. Long on the marker. Offensive rebound, and the bucket is good there for Ashley Loon. Gregory now here with it. Off the screen, jumper is up and good there. Callie Gregory now leads the way with 13 here for St. Francis. Near side. 3 ball on the way. It's long on the marker. No good. And Gregory looks up ahead. Finds Gizzy. She'll jump stop right at the rim. And she goes up and gets the bucket there for St. Francis. Nice move there by Bella Gizzy. Extending the Cougars' lead out to 15. Eunice. Now with it, will dish off up top. Halls. Moves off now here to the hands of Loon. She'll launch a 3. It's no good. Schwerterman. Came down with the battle for the board. It was between Alls and Schwerterman. They're going to call it last touch off the walls, and now going to be possession here with the Cougars. Gissy, look down low. Schwerterman goes up and gets it to roll home there for the score. As the Cougs have started to pick things up here quite a bit. Now out to a 17-point lead here in this one. Jumper just inside the arc is up and good there for Simone Andrews. Back down to a 15-point game. There is a 3-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. And it's going to be Gregory here with it as associate head coach. And Austin Leisure directing traffic here for St. Francis, and a travel is going to be called. Possession will go back to Rochester Christian. Emma Royce will come into the game here for the Cougs as Aruna Schwerterman will come out. She has 2 fouls. So she'll check out defensively. And out of bounds on Eunice. And with 0.9 seconds left to go, we'll see if St. Francis can get a shot off as Fordyce going to inbound it. She gets it into Gregory. She does get a shot off. It's no good. And that is our halftime score. St. Francis 36, Rochester Christian 21. We'll go ahead and step away here for our halftime break. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center here at our halftime break. It is St. Francis with a 36-21 lead over Rochester Christian. Taking a look at the scoring here for both these squads so far. St. Francis started off a little bit cold, going 0 for 5 from the field, but they have picked things up a little bit, shooting 14 of 27 at a 51.9%. They are in the first half, 5 of 14 from beyond the arc and a 3 of 6 from the charity stripe. Meanwhile, for Rochester Christian, they were 8 of 22 from the field. They were just 1 of 9 from deep and 4 of 6 from the free throw line. 8 turnovers there in the first half for Rochester Christian, 6 for St. Francis. And the Cougs win the rebounding battle by 2, 14-12. Leading the way and scoring for St. Francis, it was Callie Gregory with 13 points, Isabella Ginzy with 8, Julia Mansella with 6, Renna Schwarteman with 5, and Taylor Fordyce with 4 points. Meanwhile, for Rochester Christian, it was JC Summers with 7, Emily Lockey with 4, Amal Eunice with 3, Ashley Loon with 3, and Simone Andrews and Kendall Zider with 2 apiece. They are for Rochester Christian. Kendall Zider, the only one in foul trouble for the Warriors with 2 fouls is Kendall Zider. And then Renna Schwarteman with 2 fouls for St. Francis. Ashley Cox with 2 fouls as well. So we are going to get set to flip on over to our second half of action. Just about 2 minutes away here from the beginnings of it. Taking a look at what is next for these two squads. For Rochester Christian, they will play at Horizon League Detroit Mercy Division 1 on a Monday in an exhibition contest, and then they will resume Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference action at Cleary on a Saturday. Meanwhile, for St. Francis, this is their final non-conference matchup. They will play at Goshen on a Saturday to resume Crossroads League play. We're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll come back with the second half of action. You are watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center as we flip on over to our second half of action. It'll be Rochester Christian with the basketball. As Kendall Zider will have it here for Rochester Christian. They'll go back to her with it on the far side of wing. They'll skip it all the way across court here on the near side. Eunice now with it. Good find there down low and putting it on the deck and going up and getting the score. And that was J.C. Summers with the bucket. And now it's going to be Callie Gregory who will bring it across the half-court line here for St. Francis. She'll have it here now at the top of the key. Look down low here to Schwarteman, who is one-on-one. Here is Zider. She goes up off glass, couldn't get it to fall. And Zider wins that battle. She'll come down with it and now look to push here for the Warriors. They'll swing it all the way around. Far side is Andrews. And we'll move it back here to the near end and Eunice. Zider back here on the near side to Summers. This one's poked away from behind there. Mansella finds Fordyce and she'll push it now here for the Cougs. With it on the near side of wing, down low here for Schwarteman. Skips it cross court. Now Gizzy going to go baseline with it. Good dish off down low, and she finds Schwarteman down low for the bucket. And now it's going to be Eunice who will move it up top. Zider back here on the near side. 3-ball on the way, and it's up and good there for Ashley Loon, who gets the bucket for Rochester Christian. Fordyce now with it here for St. Francis. Gizzy now far side wing with it. She's going to drive, and a foul is going to be called on Eunice for Rochester Christian. That's going to be her first, team's first of the quarter. Carmen Lowry will check into the contest here for Rochester Christian as Schwarteman going to take it down low when she goes up and gets the score. Eunice now with it far side. She's up top to Zider. Now back here on the near end. 3-ball on the way. It is up no good there for Summers. Rolls out of bounds in possession. We'll go back the other direction. Here with St. Francis, 7:41 left to go here in our third. Fordyce will now bring it here for St. Francis. They'll find Schwarteman here with it. She'll get a screen there from Gregory, and she goes up and gets the bucket. Zider with the score there for Rochester Christian. She now has 4 on the game. Fordyce with it at the top of the key. Gets it off here to Schwarteman. Schwarteman now back out here into the hands of Gregory. They'll go back down low here to her. Schwarteman one-on-one with Zider. She goes up and gets the score. As that one's knocked away on the far side, St. Francis comes away with it. Leak out up ahead as Fordyce finds Mansella, who puts it off glass for the bucket. An 18-point game. As Eunice now with it. We'll skip to the far side. Now they'll move it back here on the near end. As Zider with it at the top of the key. Zider skips far side. And a foul is going to be called on Fordyce. That's going to be her second, team's first. And so we'll get an inbound on the far side here from Rochester Christian. With 5:59 left to go here in our third quarter of action. Gizzy now with it here for St. Francis. As Gregory will push it across the half-court line. Now finds Schwarteman. Now into the hands here of Gizzy. She'll drive, dishes it off. Shorterman puts it on the deck. Came loose. Fordyce comes away with it. Down low, draws the contact, and she'll go to the line here for a pair. As Zeiner will pick up her third. Team second. Substitutions here for both squads. As Allison Choi will come into the contest. Abby Studdard will check in as well. And it'll be Fordyce at the line here for a pair. As the first free throw for Fordyce is up and good. And Fordyce now with 5. Second one from Fordyce is no good. And possession will now go back the other way here with Rochester Christian. As this spin from Zeiner puts it off the front end of the rim, no good, and Stoddard comes down with it. Now we'll leave off here into the hands of Fordyce. Fordyce will get a screen there from Choi. They find Choi, and she goes up. And an offensive foul is going to be called there on St. Francis and Allison Choi. With 5:05 left to go here in our third. Number 20, Emily Lockey comes into the game here for Rochester Christian. As this is Bakar here with it. We'll leave off up top. 3 ball on the way. It's up and no good. Stoddard comes down with it. And now it's going to be Gregory who will look to push here for St. Francis. Get a screen from Choi. Skips here near side. Gregory with a 3, no good. Stoddard able to keep it in bounds there for St. Francis, and it rolls off of Taylor Fordyce and out of bounds. And we are going to go ahead and take a break. Our media timeout on the floor with 4:30 left to go here in our third year watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center, 47-28 our score. St. Francis with the lead over Rochester Christian. 4:30 left to go here in our third. As we'll get an inbound here from the Warriors, and they will have the basketball here out of our media timeout. Bakar with it. Goes off glass, couldn't get it to fall. And Fordyce now up ahead. Finds Gregory with it. She's going to drive. Skips Choi. Now into the hands of Fordyce. They'll move it. It's Gizzy with it. On the far side, she'll go up and get the bucket. Down low, and a foul is going to be called as Zeiner took it in on the double team. Stoddard will pick up the foul. It's going to be her first, team's third, with 3:41 left to go here in our third quarter. First free throw is up and no good. Second one is up and good. Schwerterman will come in for Abby Stoddard. Samia Stout will come into the contest here for Taylor Fordyce. As Gregory will have it here for St. Francis. Stout with it here near side. It's knocked out. And we'll stay on this end of the floor. St. Francis will inbound right in front of their bench. With 3:29 left to go here in our third. Gregory with it. Tried to get it off there to Schwerterman. It comes loose on the deck. Schwerterman able to come away with it. We'll leave it off up there now into the hands of Gregory. Back with it. 2 seconds on the shot clock. And shot clock violation will be the call. Possession will go back to the Warriors with 3:10 left. Spin the kick up top, though, moving around. Now on the far side wing. One-on-one, the look down low. Count the bucket and one opportunity as Ziner gets the score there for Rochester Christian. It's going to be on Schwitterman. That's going to be her third, team's fourth. And the free throw is up and good. Gregory will skip it here near side. Look down low to Shoy. Good find as she finds Schwerterman. Couldn't get it to fall. Gets her own miss. Then I'll skip it back out. On the near side, this is Stout. One-on-one. Skips. Gizzy will launch a three. Got it. Bella Gizzy with the triple there for St. Francis, extending their lead out to 20. With 2 minutes left to go here in our third. Schwerterman knocked it away, but she is called for a foul, and that's going to be her fourth. And Julia Mansella will come on for as Kendall Ziner will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws as Rochester Christian and the bonus for the remainder of this quarter. First free throw is up and good. Second one is up and good as well. Jordan Peterson will come into the contest here for Rochester Christian as she'll check in for Kendall Ziner. And it'll be Callie Gregory who will bring the basketball up ahead here for St. Francis. Gregory with it, Mansella skips here near side. Now into the hands of Shoy. Gets it off to Gregory. She'll drive. She hits the deck hard. And she'll go to the line now here for a pair. As Peterson will pick up the foul, it's going to be her first. As Gregory's free throw is up and good. She now has 14 on the game. Her second one up and no good. Allison Shoy battling. And Shoy is going to get called for a foul. That's going to be her second. And we'll get free throws here for Rochester Christian. As the first free throw rolls its way home. Second one is no good there. Gizzy comes down with it. And now it'll be Callie Gregory who will push here for St. Francis. Gregory with it near side. Now we'll leave off into the hands of Shoy. Travel is going to be called. Possession will go back to Rochester Christian. Lucy Freitag will come into the contest here for Rochester Christian. With 1:10 left to go here in our third quarter. As Gregory knocks it away here for St. Francis, she'll look to push. Finds Gizzy here on the near side. Gizzy going to go right to the rim. She goes up strong off glass and gets the bucket. Extending the lead back out to 20. As Gizzy will pick up the foul. That's going to be her first, team's 7th of the quarter. As the first free throw is up, ain't no good. St. Francis with 14 team fouls. Meanwhile, Rochester Christian with 8. As the second free throw is up and good. 30.5 seconds left to go here in our third. Stout will bring it up ahead. About a half-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock, so we'll see if St. Francis looks to hold for the final shot as it's Stout here with it. Clock now down to 11. Stout will drive and out of bounds. They're going to call it last touched by Rochester Christian. Looked like that came right off the hand of Stout, but not the call. So 9 seconds, St. Francis with the basketball. Clock down to 5. Mantilla goes up to the rim. Couldn't get it to fall, and she'll go to the line. Here now for a pair with 4.4 left to go. As the foul is called on Peterson. As Mantilla to the line for a pair. Mansilla's first is up and good. Mansilla shooting 81.5% from the free throw line here on the season. As her second is up and good as well. 4 seconds left to go. Rochester Christian looking for one final push here in the quarter as that one's blocked there by Stout. And that's going to be the end of our third quarter. It's St. Francis 57, Rochester Christian 36. We'll go ahead and take our quarter break. You are watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center, 21-point lead here for St. Francis. As the Cougars will have the basketball here to begin our fourth quarter of action. Gregory with it will get a screen there from Schwitterman. Now we'll skip in the corner, 3 ball on the way. It's up and good there for Julia Mansella. As a 3 ball hit there from the top of the key for Rochester Christian. It's Mella Alls with the score. Gregory will now have it here for St. Francis. Has Fordyce. Now into the hands of Schwitterman. Back far side. The drive, kick in the corner. Back-to-back threes for Mansella. Why not? Julia Mansella drains another triple for St. Francis. Now leading the squad with 16 here in the game. Zeider now going to drive. She goes up. Off glass and gets the bucket. And now possession back the other way. Fordyce. Now into the hands here. Gregory with it at the top of the key. Now back here on the near side. Mansella with it. They'll skip it all the way around. Now here into the hands of Gregory. That was Gizzy. Back to Gregory. Gregory will drive. She goes up off glass. No good. And possession will now go back the other way here with Rochester Christian. Zeider, one-on-one with Schwitterman once again, and she goes up off glass and gets the bucket. As Gregory will bring it up ahead here for St. Francis. Gizzy now with it up top. Gizzy going to look to drive. Trying to find Schwitterman there inside, and now possession back the other way. As the take there, couldn't get it to fall, and we get a whistle down low. The foul is called. It's going to be on Taylor Fordyce. That'll be her third. And we'll get an inbound underneath here for Rochester Christian. With 7:55 remaining in our fourth. Zeider here with it. Look inside. And a foul is going to be called. That's going to be on Mansella. That'll be her second. And we're going to get a timeout called here by St. Francis. And we will go ahead and take a break with 7:48 left to go here in our fourth. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live at the Hutzel Athletic Center, 7:48 remaining here in our fourth quarter of action. We'll get an inbound underneath here from Eunice for Rochester Christian. Couldn't get that one to fall there. Could Summers. Mansilla comes down with it, and now Fordyce will bring it across the half-court line. Fordyce skip in the corner. 3 ball on the way. It's up and no good there from Gissy. Trying to get it back. Now on the far side. And the drive. And Mansilla going to get called for a foul. That's going to be her third, team's third. As the first free throw is up and no good there for Eunice. Second one is no good. Gizzy will leave off. They'll skip it far side. Now here to the hands of Callie Gregory. Mansilla back far side finds Gregory, who launches a 3. It's no good. And out of bounds. Possession will go back to Rochester Christian with 7:04 left to go here in our fourth. Summers now with it. We'll skip up top. Here to Loon. Now on the near side in the hands of Eunice. They'll swing it back here near side. 3 ball on the way. And it is no good there, but Zider comes away with it. The drive right to the rim. A strong take in. The bucket is good there for Rochester Christian. As Gregory will now leave it off. Into the hands of Schwitterman with it at the free throw line. They'll go back to her. She'll look down low here for Mansilla, who goes up and gets the bucket. And now possession back the other way. Zider with it at the top of the key. Looking for the cut there down low. Nice cutting by Rochester Christian. And the bucket is good there for Summers. Or check it, that's number 0, and Chloe Sakalas, who gets the score for Rochester Christian. As Schwitterman goes up and gets the score on the other end for St. Francis. St. Francis once again with multiple players in double figures here in this contest. As they have for Mansilla with 18, Gizzy with 15, Schwitterman with 15, and Gregory with 14. 3 ball here on the near side is no good, and Gizzy comes down with the board. Now Gregory will look to push across the half-court line. Finds Gizzy with it, who goes baseline, knocks off her defender. They'll skip it around. Mansilla will launch a 3. It's no good. And out of bounds, possession back the other way with Rochester Christian. Substitution for St. Francis, number 1, and Simia Stout will come into the game as she'll check on for Raina Schwitterman. Allison Choi will come in as well as she'll come in for Julia Mansilla. With 5:02 left to go here in our fourth. And with 4:53 left to go here in our fourth quarter of action. We'll get our media timeout on the floor. We'll go ahead and step away. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center, 4:53 left to go here in our fourth quarter of action. We'll get an inbound for Rochester Christian across the way. Zider will leave off now here into the hands of Loon. Sakalas leaves off. Eunice look down low. And a foul is going to be called. And that'll be her fourth. Team's fourth. They'll have the quarter with 4:37 left. On the inbound, the bucket is good there by Summers. Fordyce now will leave off. They'll swing it far side now into the hands of Gizzy. Gregory back to Gizzy with it far side. Fordyce with it at the free throw line. Skips out. Gizzy, the look to drive. She goes up. Couldn't get it to fall. Shoy comes down with the board and puts it home for the bucket. Back out to a 20-point game with 4 minutes left to go here in our fourth. Stout with the battle in between her and Loon is going to pick up the foul. And so possession will go back the other way with St. Francis. As Emily Lackey comes into the game. Shahad Bakar comes into the game as well. And it'll be Gregory who will bring it up ahead with 3:50 left to go here in our fourth. Gregory now going to look to drive. Skips. Finds Fordyce with it at the top of the key. Now back here on the near side. It's Gregory with it. Gregory going to look to drive. She spins, hangs, couldn't get it to fall. Battle for possession. Will stay on this end of the floor here with St. Francis. With 3:20 left, Gregory will inbound. Fordyce now into the hands. There's Stout. They'll swing it back far side. Stout with it at the free throw line, and she is fouled. Bacher will pick up the foul. As a three ball from the top of the key is up and good there for Taylor Fordyce. with 2:48 left to go here in our fourth. Lockey will launch a three, no good. Gregory comes down with it here for St. Francis. Now a little skip, Fordyce into the hands of Stout. Fordyce now back up top with a timeout for substitutions. As Deanna Craig, Addie Bausman, Rachel Harshman, Abby Stoddard, and Ashley Cox will all check on for St. Francis with 2:20 left to go. And we'll get an inbound here from Ashley Cox. As she gets it in here to Bausman. Running floater, no good off the back end of the rim. And Stoddard comes away with it and has it ripped away. Now possession back the other direction is Peterson here with it. She goes up, couldn't get it to fall. It's Cox who leaks out up ahead, finds Bausman, who goes up off glass and gets the bucket for St. Francis. Near side, three ball on the way. No good. Harshman comes down with it. And now Bausman will look to push here for St. Francis. Finds Cox. Up ahead goes baseline. Craig now with it here in the corner. She'll drive off glass and gets the bucket there for St. Francis. Three ball here in the corner. No good. And possession will go to St. Francis with 1:24 remaining here in our fourth. As Bausman will bring it up ahead here for St. Francis with 1:20 left to go. She has it knocked away. McCart goes up off glass and gets the bucket. Bausman now with it here. We'll skip. Next up for these two squads, as I mentioned, Rochester Christian. They'll play at Horizon League Division I Detroit Mercy on Monday for an exhibition game. Then they'll resume conference action at Cleary on Saturday in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference, where they are currently tied first place, sitting at 6-1 with the conference record. They'll fall to 7-6 after this one. Meanwhile, St. Francis is going to improve to 13-1. They'll play, this will be their final non-conference game. They'll play at Goshen on Saturday, where they will resume Crossroads League play. They're currently tied in third place at 3-1. With 23 seconds left to go, Bausman comes away with it here for St. Francis. She's going to look to push, finds Craig down low, and we're going to get a foul called with 14.7 left to go. And we'll get an inbound here with Rochester Christian. 76-51 our score. And they're going to call it on Craig. And so an inbound here for Rochester Christian, as McCartan will bring it up ahead here with 10 seconds. And they'll move it here to the near side. Back now far side. It's up top. Three ball on the way from Lowry is no good, and that's going to be our final. St. Francis going to pick up the win, 76-51 over Rochester Christian to improve to 13-1 on this season. Meanwhile, Rochester Christian falls to 7-6. We are going to go ahead and sign off here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.